Origins Channel, and this is Legend Summarized, The Journey to the West, Part 4. Yeah, this was the channel only Sarcastic production. I saw part 3, I guess, 2 days ago, and first 2 parts, I guess, a long enough time ago. So, before I forget it, I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna finish this series as early as I can, I guess. So, yeah. Journey to the West Kai, episode 1, Skelephon. Okay, is the episode almost a year in the making? What? This took a year? The saga of the monk Tripitaka, his bodyguard, the Monkey King, and the rest of his merry band of pilgrims, continues in his dramatic episode. Oh yeah, now they are like, what, 4 or 5 man band, right? Yeah, with the horse, it's 5 man band. Friendships are tested, unlikely heroes rise to the occasion. Oh, somebody throws a punch. Yeah, okay. Monkey throws more than a punch, I'm pretty sure, because Monkey is way too volatile and OP. I mean, way too OP, right? In the last episode, the cave demon kicked his ass, and that was surprising because so far, Monkey has been so much powerful. At the first part, I guess we realize how powerful Monkey is and how he becomes powerful by drinking all the things in the heaven or something like that. He becomes even more OP. So after knowing all that, like he drank all those power potions from the heaven and things like that. And then in the part, third part, he got his ass kicked by cave demon. That was surprising. Like, that is some cave demon, isn't it? That was some powerful move. But the story so far has been so fun. It's chaotic. But one thing I don't like is that gods constantly hold their hand, constantly intervene. Whenever something doesn't go their way, they just go to gods and gods just help out. It feels like, it would have been better if gods just walked with them throughout the journey, or just took them directly to the monastery, because what's the point of the journey if they are not going to one who's going to pass through the journey? If any time they faces any hurdle, the gods are there. Gods are there to help out in one way or another. Gods put the demons there to help out. Yeah, something. Remember, people, if you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out the reaction. There's a link in the description. Check out the casual playlist like Oli Sarcastic Production Reaction. I upload lots of videos from this channel already. If you don't see them, check out that playlist. Check out the playlist too, like CGP Great, Here Zoo, Interhistorian. And yeah, let's go this one.
Last time on Journey to the West, the virtuous monk Tripitaka found himself added to the menu of an evil cave demon, whose powerful wind laid even the mighty Sun Wukong low. With the help of the Bodhisattva Ling Chi, Sun Wukong and Tripitaka's new disciple Pigsy found a way to defeat the cave demon and save their master, only to encounter...
Alright, I would, they asked some other guy to help out with the cave demon. I thought, look at that. There's actually a more powerful version from the monkey. I know this is just a story, but in my mind, I created these power structures, like who's what powerful. And from the start of the part, it's been established that Monkey King is damn powerful because of all the potions and things he drank. Nobody could have stopped him. Only Buddha stops him. At the first part, we realized that. So apart from the gods, he's really powerful. He's close to that, I guess, because he's that powerful. In my mind, that's the continuity. Like, that's the lore of this world. So he can basically whack any powerful person aside with just one punch or something. So when the cave demon came and kicked his ass, that was surprising. But then, they went to the other guy to ask for help. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. There's another guy who's more powerful than the Monkey King, and apparently more powerful than the cave demon that was powerful than Monkey King. I mean, the powerful people are just popping up. Because it took Buddha to stop Monkey King in the first part. So I guess he was a more powerful person. But then I realized, wait a minute, no, his staff, the dragon staff was powerful, not him personally. So that made me feel like, oh, this is about right. It feels like, it's not the person who's more powerful, it's his staff was more powerful. So Monkey King is still pretty damn powerful. It's just the cave demon was just an anomaly. He was just at the same level powerful, I guess.
Counter a new threat in the form of a cunning and powerful river spirit that barred their way. Unable to fight him underwater, Sun Wukong again had to rely on the skills of Pigsy to lure the demon out, but when even that failed, he called upon the merciful Kuan Yin to intercede on their behalf. The river spirit turned into an unlikely ally when it was revealed that Kuan Yin had previously enlisted him as Tripitaka's third disciple. Now with all our allies assembled, we are finally ready to embark on the Journey to the West. So our heroes are trekking westward through a particularly uninhabited stretch of mountain when Tripitaka's tummy starts getting the rumblies parties and he tells Monkey to go find him some vegetarian food. So Monkey flies off to get him some fruit or something, in the process disturbing a local mountain demon, the White Bone Spirit, who pops out to see what's up. She sees Tripitaka and immediately realizes he's the monk all the demons are talking about, and that, because he's the reincarnation of Golden Cicada and has pursued a perfect monk lifestyle, if she eats him, she'll become immortal. So she's about to swoop down and grab him then and there, but she recognizes Sandy and Pigsy as two former celestial warriors and backs off, resolving to be sneakier about this. So she disguises herself as a beautiful young woman and minces over to Tripitaka with some delicious poisoned rice for him. So Pigsy immediately gets
Alright. Is it just me, or, the Pigsy obviously used to be a member of the heaven, then he was cast off like that. Obviously Monkey King kicked his ass. That water demon that is with them right now, another one that constantly went inside the water. He went inside the water because he was afraid of the Monkey King. And now this mountain demon, whatever, the mountain demon saw these two like, okay, I can't just attack them front on because these are not some weak people. That just shows how powerful the Monkey King is. The monkey is damn powerful, right?
his flirt on while the White Bone Spirit spins a sob story about having to care for her aging parents that she totally has. So while she's trying to convince Tripitaka to eat her delicious, not at all poisoned rice, Monkey flies back with an armload of peaches and immediately sees that this girl is a demon with his special demon eyes. So he drops everything and whips out his murder stick, but Tripitaka panics and grabs him because seriously, dude, at least explain your motivation. So Monkey's like, alright dude, listen,
that monk who doesn't have much of powers stops Monkey King. Because how? Won't be like Monkey King is just like he's tried to stop it and he can't, and Monkey King then realizes, oh wait a minute, you tried to stop me? I'm way too powerful. I mean, isn't that the case? How did he stop the Monkey King?
Disguising yourself as a hot chick? That's like man-eating demon trick number 1. Hell, I did it all the time back when I ate people. Amazingly, this stirring argument fails to convince Tripitaka, so Monkey's like, alright, I get it. You think she's hot. How about I give you two lovebirds a little privacy? And while Tripitaka's paralyzed with embarrassment, Monkey smacks the demon in the face. So Tripitaka's like,
Monkey, what the hell?
But Monkey points out that the delicious, totally not poisoned rice had rotted and filled with maggots as soon as he killed her, which is not typically a trait of healthy food. So Tripitaka almost believes him until Pigsy, extremely salty about Monkey ruining his chances to score, goes all, oh sure, come on. What's more likely? That Monkey just killed a demon? Or that Monkey just murdered an innocent girl and used his powers to make you think he killed a demon? So Tripitaka gets really mad and uses the magic migraine spell, then tells Monkey that a killer can't be one of his disciples. But Monkey manages to persuade him to let him stay, and the group awkwardly treks on after burying the totally innocent girl. Speaking of, the White Bone Spirit had actually dropped her body right at the moment of impact.
Hold up there. Isn't that ballsy of Pigsy, right? Isn't he afraid of the monkey? Like, okay, I get it. Right now, the monk has some kind of a spell on him, so he controls him. But as soon as the spell is over, they reach the, monastery, whatever. Afterwards, monkey can just basically destroy Pigsy, just like that, because he's Monkey King. Obviously, he already whipped his ass, in the past, in the previous part. So isn't he afraid of Monkey King? Because he's really powerful, right? People will be afraid of him. During the battles, people run away. So isn't the Pigsy like, okay, let's not be salty here, because after all this over, he's gonna kick my ass.
Pack and skedaddle off into the sky, leaving her body below. She starts working on how to get rid of Monkey so she can get some of that sweet man flesh. So she turns into an elderly woman and hobbles up to the group like, excuse me, have any of you seen my beautiful innocent daughter that totally came this way a little while ago? I'd hate to think that something happened to her. So Monkey obviously insta-kills her, again, and Tripitaka flips out, uses the migraine spell, and with Pigsy's encouragement, kicks him out of the group again. But Monkey's like, alright, but if you're gonna kick me out, could you at least get this stupid thing off first? Which is when everyone learns that Tripitaka has no idea how to get Monkey's cursed hat off his head. So he agrees to keep Monkey on as a disciple, since it wouldn't be fair to cut him loose without actually cutting him loose, and they continue on together. Soon enough, they spot a
it's just Monkey, just part of another team member, I guess. He's not that important. It's not like he's way too OP and only chance for this group to survive because he's that powerful. Yeah, just cut him loose.
An old man in the distance, and Pigsy's like, oh, horror of horrors! Clearly this is the patriarch of the family that Sun Wukong so callously murdered for no reason. Clearly Monkey will use his great powers to escape justice and leave us to take the blame. Oh, horror of horrors! Clearly Sun Wukong has bewitched this innocent old man's corpse to look like the body of a demon. In case you haven't noticed, Tripitaka is supremely gullible in this chapter, so sure enough it's migraine time and getting kicked out of the group o'clock.
In this chapter, he has been gullible from the start. First of all, he's weak as shit. He constantly gets captured. He requires Monkey to save him over and over again. I mean, he doesn't even have the wits to, get out on his own from any situation. He constantly needs the monkey. I don't even see how he's the main character because he's so far has been gullible. When was he ever smart? I mean, come on. Monkey is volatile, but so far it feels like Monkey is the smart one of the group, which is really weird, seeing how volatile and effed up he is.
clock. This time Monkey's like, alright, you know what, fine! And after Tripitaka writes an official letter of banishment and Monkey is aggressively polite in taking his leave, Monkey warns Sandy not to buy into Pigsy's BS and then blasts off. Nice one, Tripitaka. So Monkey returns to his home on Flower Fruit Mountain, only to find it in ruins. Turns out after Monkey got sealed away, Erlang burned the whole place down for funsies. The remaining monkeys are being hunted every day by a huge band of hunters.
Who burned it away?
So Tripitaka. So Monkey returns to his home on Flower Fruit Mountain, only to find it in ruins. Turns out after Monkey got sealed away, Erlang burned the whole place down for
Who's online? Am I forgetting somebody?
funsies. The remaining monkeys are being hunted every day by a huge band of hunters. So Monkey decides the time has come for some much needed stress relief and brings down the wrath of Wukong on the hunters the next time they appear. So while Monkey's having the time of his life as king of the mountain again, the story shifts back to Tripitaka.
Everybody knows that Monkey King is with the monk. He's doing his journey thing. So people like, it's open season on the mountains and everywhere in his place. And then they come back again. They see that, there's something serious going on there. Like something really dark there. Their approach is close and there's this monkey staring at them. Ah, shit.
And friends. But let's take a minute to step out of the story and examine it on a meta level, because what just happened was fascinating. This text is centuries old, but the way Monkey's acting could be lifted directly and put in something modern, and it'd make perfect sense.
Yeah.
After getting kicked out and losing his purpose, Monkey is visibly emotionally unstable, oscillating between heartbreaking homesickness to cathartic rage to overzealous partying and back again. Like, there's no need to dig deep here. His emotional responses are there.
I guess he was like that from the start, right? That's how Monkey has been from the start. I mean, yeah, for sure.
For all the world to see. And the reason for that is because we can't forget that the journey to the west is an allegory, and Monkey represents the mind. Monkey just gave up on everything he was trying to do, which was to get Tripitaka to the Thunderclap Monastery. He's basically going through an existential crisis, and the book is representing that perfectly because it's kind of the point of the book. It's like an allegorical roadmap. This is a part of the journey where you'll probably be feeling these things and facing these temptations. The characters feel real and genuine in their reactions to things because they all represent vital components of the human mind, and the way they act is the way we act. It's not like Beowulf, where he's a great and noble king with very little else to define him. These characters are meant to feel real, to be something we can see ourselves in. This book is really good. Anyway, so Tripitaka and friends
That was some bond to Beowulf, right?
enter a super ominous pine forest, whereupon things immediately go wrong. First, Pigsy fails to find Tripitaka any food and opts to take a nap instead. Then, while Sandy goes to look for him, Tripitaka enters a pagoda to light incense and pray, and manages to wake up a sleeping demon in the process and get insta-captured. So Sandy manages to find Pigsy and drags him back to the camp, whereupon they find Tripitaka missing and reason that he probably went to check out that beautiful
Yeah, I mean, without Monkey, they are fucked, basically. The horse is like, yeah, I used to be dragon, but right now I'm a horse. I'm gonna just run around the place. That's all I'm going to do. Pigsy is useless, obviously. And this guy hasn't done anything yet. But obviously he's not as powerful as Monkey King because he ran away the first time they met.
pagoda in the distance. It's only when they get closer that Sandy realizes it's actually a demon cave, at which point Pigsy decides that picking a fight with the demon sounds like a great idea. So they fight, and it's pretty cool. But even with the backup of the various gods that have been assisting Tripitaka on his path, Sandy and Pigsy can only fight the demon to a standstill. But while that's going on, Tripitaka meets with a stroke of luck. Turns out the demon's wife is a kidnapped princess named Hundred Flowers Shame, who's willing to help him in exchange for him delivering news of her whereabouts to her family in the west. So she frees Tripitaka, gives him a letter, and convinces her husband to stop beating up his friends. Tripitaka and friends hurry out the back door and continue westward, soon coming across the very kingdom Hundred Flowers Shame was stolen from. Tripitaka delivers the letter to the king, who's profoundly grateful to finally know what happened to his daughter, but sadly says that they're unequipped to stage a rescue if it involves fighting a demon. But surely Tripitaka must be able to, if he's managed to make it this far already. So Tripitaka reluctantly summons his disciples, whereupon the king asks which of them is better at slaying demons. Pigsy gets his brag on and starts showing off his powers, which soundly convinces the king that he's perfectly equipped to go off and fight the same demon he was having worlds of trouble with last time. So Pigsy zips off for the rematch of the century, with Sandy tagging along to make sure he doesn't hurt.
Now makes sense. Now Pigsy's backstory makes sense. Getting kicked off from the heaven and, you know, turning into some kind of pig demon in the process. I see why all that happened. I mean, it's not just that he was hitting on somebody, how viciously he was hitting on somebody, because his narcissism kind of feels, you know, true now.
Hurt himself. So Pigsy breaks down the door and proceeds to get his ass soundly kicked, so he excuses himself and runs away, leaving Sandy to try and fight the demon himself. This goes predictably poorly, and Sandy gets captured while Pigsy hides in a thorn bush. So the demon reasons that the disciples must have come back because the princess snuck a letter out with them, and confronts her about it. Obviously she denies it, and when he interrogates Sandy about it, he catches on and denies it too. So the demon immediately switches off the murderous intent and gets all buddy-buddy with his wife again. He then decides to pay a visit to his father-in-law, shapeshifting himself into something a little more presentable. So the demon heads over to the king's court and spins a sob story about some shapeshifting tiger demon he saw threatening the princess way back when, so he drove it off and saved her life, and then married her because she never told him she was a princess, and hey, look, that guy over there is totally the demon I was talking about! So the demon spins an illusion around Tripitaka, making him look like a tiger monster, which is all the evidence the king needs to have Tripitaka locked up. So things look pretty terrible, right? I mean, Sandy's been captured, Pigsy's off hiding somewhere, Tripitaka's been locked up, and Monkey's back on Flower Fruit Mountain without a care in the world. Who could possibly rescue Tripitaka now? That's
No
right! It's
way.
finally the horse dragon's time to shine! So the dragon turns back to his true form and scouts out the palace a little, and sees that the demon has returned to his true form and is currently in the process of eating his attendants and drinking all the wine in the palace. So the dragon shapeshifts into a beautiful young woman and scoots into the hall, impressing the demon with magic tricks and singing for him. Soon enough, the demon asks if she can dance, and the dragon's like, oh, a little, but it'll look much better if I use swords. So she does a little sword dance for him until she spots her opening and takes a swing. The dragon turns back to his true form and does battle with the demon for a while, but he's clearly outclassed and ends up having to run after his leg gets injured. He hides at the bottom of the moat until the demon...
See, that's the thing. Without the monkey, we can actually see who's how much powerful and what the power levels are of the people. Like this demon is really powerful. He can even kick the ass of the dragon. Even though that's a dragon right there. Obviously, other two demons, the pixie and that other sea demon guy also got their ass kicked because this demon is really powerful. If the monkey was here, the story would have gone, monkey went there, kicked his ass, and that's it. 3 seconds and it's all over, they moved on. So without monkey, actually we can see which people are how much powerful, I guess. And it also shows that without monkey, this whole team is, I guess, hopeless.
loses interest and then turns back into a horse and limps into the stable for the night. Soon, however, Pigsy comes crawling back, hoping to get some help in rescuing Sandy. Instead, he gets chewed out by the horse for being too overconfident and ruining everything. Pigsy decides the sane course of action would be to pack his things and return to his peaceful life in the village with his own kidnapped wife, but the horse is having precisely none of his sass today and refuses to let him leave, unless it's to go apologize to Monkey and get him to sort this all out. So Pigsy reluctantly flies off to Flowerfruit Mountain, whereupon he finds Sun Wukong hanging out with his enormous monkey army. Pigsy tries to sneak closer, but Monkey spots the intruder and has his monkeys bring him up to the front. He immediately recognizes Pigsy, and after being assured that he hasn't been banished too, Pigsy, rather than owning up to the disaster scenario, instead tells Monkey that nothing's wrong, Tripitaka just missed him so much. So Monkey's like, neat, in that case, let's just hang out for a little while. So Monkey leisurely spends his morning hanging out on his beautiful mountain and eating fruit, while Pigsy tries to find ways to persuade Monkey to leave right this second without seeming too desperate. After a while, Pigsy's like, well, we've sure kept our master waiting, we should probably go. Monkey's like, oh yeah, great, see ya. Pigsy's like, wait, you're not coming? And Monkey's like, no, I got banished, remember? Besides, I got a good thing going here. Tell Tripitaka not to bother me again. So Pigsy leaves, but he's only a few miles down the mountain before he starts ranting and...
I love how, Red basically animate things the way it should be animated. Like, Monkey is really powerful, so even the monkey threatening somebody has to have some kind of a, some weight behind it. So that animation is just perfect.
Tell Tripitaka not to bother me again. So Pigsy leaves, but he's only a few miles down the mountain before he starts ranting and insulting Monkey. So Wukong has his monkeys recapture Pigsy and bring him back to explain his poor manners. So the truth comes out as Pigsy explains how everything went wrong, although he does embellish a little to motivate Monkey to come help him. So Monkey flies to the demon's lair and immediately abducts 2 of the demon's children, offering to release them in exchange for Sandy. The princess runs back inside and frees him, and Monkey, after reuniting with Sandy, sends them off to the palace with the 2 kids in tow to lure out the demon and bring him back to his lair. Meanwhile, Monkey shapeshifts into the princess and waits in the cave for the demon to return. So Sandy and Pigsy drop the kids in front of the palace, killing them, but it's okay because they were evil or something. And the demon, a little too hungover to want to fight, decides...
What? So wait a minute, kids are demons too or something? Damn.
...of the palace, killing them, but it's okay because they were evil or something. And the demon, a little too hungover to want to fight, decides to check his lair first to see if they really were his kids and if he needs to avenge them. So the demon returns to his cave, whereupon he finds totally the real princess crying her eyes out about her 2 dead kids. The demon's like, ooh, I'm gonna get him right after...
Wait a minute, yeah, were the kids demons though? Or, they were humans because, the mother would be humans, obviously. Only the father is the demon, huh?
After I make sure you're okay, darling. Princess Monkey is like, oh man, I'm just so distraught. So the demon's like, don't worry.
Oh yeah, that's the monkey, I guess. But obviously, the demon kid's mother is human, right? That princess.
Worry, honey, I've got an elixir for exactly that. Whereupon Monkey takes it, swallows it whole, and reverts to his true form in preparation for some cathartic ass-kicking. So they have an epic battle and it's really cool, but when Monkey fakes an error and uses the opportunity to get in a solid hit, the demon straight up vanishes. Monkey scans all 4 directions but can't find him, puts 2 and 2 together, and realizes that the demon must have been a heavenly spirit, which explains why he couldn't find him anywhere on Earth. So he busts his way into heaven again, what is this, like the 4th time, and demands to know what spirits were on account anywhere on Earth. So he busts...
We have a rogue celestial spirit on the loose.
His way into heaven again, what is this, like the 4th time, and demands to know what spirits were unaccounted for. Turns out the demon was really Ravati, the woodwolf star, known to us modern people as Zeta Piscium. See, turns out the princess was actually another heavenly courtier, in this case an incense tender, who desperately wanted to elope with him. He was afraid that such an act would be unthinkable in heaven, so the 2 of them departed to Earth to carry on their love in secret. And yeah, if you think too hard about it, it kinda makes the entire story fall apart.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck? Then why did she send the note to her father and... Oh, come on.
But we don't have to worry about it anymore because the demon is in custody and all that's left to do is to pick up Tripitaka. So the princess explains
Yeah, I just react to the trope talk plot twist. I guess it's one of them. This plot twist really doesn't work. It's for shock value, but story falls apart.
Everything to her father, the king, and they head down to get Tripitaka, who's still locked up in the illusion of a tiger. After Monkey gets his sass on for a little bit, he frees Tripitaka from the spell, and everyone is friends again.
Will Pigsy stop being dragged around by his own base desires? Will Sandy ever win a fight? Will Tripitaka learn to trust Monkey's judgment? Will Monkey learn?
No, because Tripitaka, or whatever his name is, he's a moron. Because so far he's been a moron. He constantly gets captured, like I said. He never uses his wits. What does he have? He doesn't have power. He's not even smart, apparently. He can't get out of things using his smart. Monkey's the only thing that constantly saves him.
Learn the benefits of communication? And will the horse ever do anything plot relevant again? Find out next time.
I mean, the horse didn't do shit anyway. I mean, yeah, sure, it's a dragon, tried to do something. That was surprising, really. Like, okay, yeah, Pigsy is an idiot. The sea demon is kind of useless. I mean, it's like a mid guy kind of thing. He's not OP, but he doesn't suck as Pigsy. So, I guess that's a wild card, the horse, the dragon. That was like, oh yeah, look at that. He can also turn back into dragon, do things. Because of the monkey, he never had to in the past, but yeah. Yeah, this part was really fun. I'm liking this story so far. Alright people, if you like my Rick, don't forget to subscribe, check out the Rick and this link in the description, check out the cards, please check out the end cards, and I'll see you next time.